Police are investigating an alleged breach of isolation protocols by a traveler who's been quarantining at residence and a member of the public. The Travel Cayman mobile compliance team was completing routine checks and discovered a member of the public in contact with a traveler quarantining at their home. As a result, the member of the public is now required to quarantine, and the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service note that the ongoing investigation means a completed file will be sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution for a decision. The public is reminded that travelers who quarantine at residence are not allowed to have visitors, and delivery personnel, relatives, and friends are not allowed to enter the home or have physical contact with the occupants while they're in quarantine. Public Health confirms that contact tracing has been completed and reassures the public there is no cause for public health concern. The public and travelers are reminded anyone found to be in breach of the mandatory quarantine provisions will be warned for intended prosecution and is liable on conviction to a fine of up to $10,000 and imprisonment for up to 2 years. Cayman Brac, meantime, continues its COVID-19 vaccination campaign. Radio Cayman's Dion Anglin has more.
Cayman Brac will begin administering the COVID-19 vaccine to Stage 3, which includes all ordinary and legal residents over 16 years of age, starting Tuesday, March 9th until Friday, March 12th. The vaccine clinic will operate at the Aston Rutty Centre Medical Wing Flu Clinic from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Everyone must present photo identification to receive the vaccine and demonstrate they are ordinarily and a legal resident, for example, with initial permission to remain in the islands for at least 6 months. For the first dose, you must fill out a consent form before arrival, which can be found at hsa.ky. Face masks are required. Residents of the sister islands with questions can contact 925-1190. That's 925-1190. For the most up-to-date vaccination schedule, visit www.hsa.ky. Reporting for Radio Cayman News, I'm Dion Anglin.
The National Energy Policy Initiative introduces Car Free Week. Radio Cayman's Felicia Rankin-Solins has more.
Car Free Week takes place from Monday, March 22nd to Friday, March 26th. Energy Policy Coordinator in the Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure, Kristen Augustine, says public participation is needed to make commuting in Cayman less stressful.
There are so many traffic issues, a lot of congestion, parking issues. I was hoping to ease having to get up so early in the morning. Perhaps if your company arranges a park and ride, that's one bus full of perhaps 30 people that can reduce the number of those cars on the road. And if everybody does their little part of carpooling, that's a car off the road, we're hoping to see a difference.
Data will be collected to see the impact on the roads.
We're going to have a drone up there to see if there's a difference the week before versus the week of. We're going to do a traffic count, see if people take their own initiative, will it make a difference?
Ms. Augustine adds initiatives like this also helps to formulate long-term solutions.
Do the majority of people live in a certain area? Should we purchase land in this area to arrange a park and ride? So all these things help to inform, to make a long-term plan of what would be the best way to curb the traffic issue. And remember, it's not just carpooling and park and ride. It's working from home as well. That is a big contribution to reducing traffic.
For the civil service, buses are arranged for park and ride from the Boddentown Police Station, Spots Dock, and the Ed Bush playing field. Companies are encouraged to do the same or team up with Cayman Cycle to provide bicycles for employees. For Radio Cayman News, I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins.
You can visit energy.gov.ky to pledge and find more information. The Deputy Governor's Awards Program is back. Here's Radio Cayman's Carsley Fuller.
It came to an abrupt halt because of COVID-19, but now the Deputy Governor's Awards Program is back, and you can expect the announcement of the Cayman Islands government's January Employee of the Month shortly, along with the Chief Officer's Choice Awards. Additionally, the DGAP has grown to include Team Awards, which will begin with awards for 2020 to recognize the many ways the civil service worked across silos and created moments of magic last year during the COVID emergency. Nominations for those awards open next week. The DGAP has 3 components: Chief Officer's Choice, Employee of the Month, and CIG Employee of the Year, All 12 Employee of the Month recipients are automatically finalists for the CIG Employee of the Year Award. Reporting for Radio Cayman News, I'm Karsley Fuller.
The Department of Community Rehabilitation heads to a new home. The move comes after a steady expansion of services by the department since it opened in 2003. The office will now be housed at a fit-for-purpose space at Apollo House East, providing a safe environment for both victims of crime and offenders to receive the support they need to take positive steps forward in their lives. The DCR can also now provide additional support by teaming up with partner agencies that are also located in the same building, like the Department of Counseling Services and the Family Resource Center. At an open house on Friday, Home Affairs Minister the Honorable Tara Rivers said the new accommodations would improve the department's work.
To reduce an individual's likelihood of reoffending, we must address the underlying issues that have contributed to their reoffending or their offending behavior, and equip them with the necessary tools and skills they require in order to deal with real-life problems appropriately so that they can make a positive contribution to their families and their community.
Minister Rivers says providing support and intervention to offenders, along with help from a strong support group, helps them maintain their relationships and employment and provides for their family so they can continue their rehabilitation journey.
Those journeys can often be long, hard, winding, looping sometimes, but the fact that you are here and you continue to give the dedicated service that you give is something that we should all be proud of and we are all very thankful for as a community. And so I am confident that this new location will enable the DCR team to continue helping to make the lives of those you serve better and thereby continuing to make our communities at large safer.
Audio there courtesy of CIG TV. Filming for a multi-movie production on Grand Cayman begins this week. Details from Radio Cayman's Shanda Gallego.
Beginning this week and over the next few months, a series of feature films will be filmed right here on Grand Cayman. Circumstances around the world with the global COVID-19 pandemic have hindered film producers for the past year. Cayman has attracted the attention of William Santer and the team at Productivity Media as the location where film production could take place in a safe and sophisticated environment. A press release from the Ministry of International Trade, Investment, Aviation and Maritime Affairs says Santor has worked extensively with the ministry during the past few months, along with the Film Commission, Workforce Opportunities and Residency Cayman, and Customs and Border Control to arrange and facilitate a multi-film production deal between Productivity Media and Darius Films. A fourth film will be produced between Productivity Media and Balcony 9. The cast and crew have complied with government's stringent and mandatory quarantine and testing measures that have stopped community transmission of SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, in the 3 Cayman Islands. While on island, they will be building local capacity and expertise by hiring local Caymanians to train and develop their skills with practical hands-on experience. Welcoming the producers, cast and crew, the ministry's chief officer Eric Bush says he is delighted that the Cayman Islands has become a true contender in the highly competitive arena of global film production. This multi-film project will contribute immensely to Cayman's growing film industry. Officials say work on the first film, Blue Iguana, gets underway this week. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
That is your latest local news from Radio Cayman's newsroom. I'm April Cummings.